Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Podcast Room 303. I'm your host, Jermaine Colon Mendez. This is my co-host, Nicholas Moorhan. And as always, we have with us, how are you doing this evening, Nick?
I'm doing good, man. I'm happy to be back. Listen to the podcast while I was gone. There wasn't I expected there to be a lot more trashing of my name, but there wasn't. So that was refreshing to hear, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you're just not as important as you think you are.
I guess, man. That was a good head check for me. I appreciate that. Heat check of my ego right there.
Yeah, definitely. So for those of you who don't know, Nick was dead last week. He's now alive. So much like Eric, he is now down to 8 lives. Eric's down to 4 or 5?
Well, Eric's been walking around today, so don't believe the hype when he comes on the Thursday show and says, "Oh, I was sick."
Woe is me.
He's been walking around. He's been talking. He's been sending us stats to use in this show. Dude's not dead.
My guy is down in the dumps for some obvious reasons. We'll get into that in the next episode. But on today's episode, we'll get into Pop Culture Pick'em, top 5 PlayStation 1 video games, and then we will get into Champions League. So a little light in the ass, similar to how the Carolina Panthers draft their offensive line. But should be a lot of fun nonetheless. Yes or yes, Nick?
Yeah, no arguments found here. My dog just shit his pants. I think I smell it from over here.
Why is your dog wearing pants?
I don't know, adult diapers.
My buddy's dog did have a diaper, and it's sad to see. But once they get to like 15, 16, it's almost like, well,
you're putting down at that point.
You're playing with house money.
You just got to put the dog down at that point. Look, I love dogs, but just come on, Buckaroo.
Yeah, it's like, do you really want to keep going, bro? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm here with you, but god damn. That's it's crazy. Inside dogs just last forever, but they're always like, oh, they have cataracts. They can't hear or see. they can't eat. They can't jump on the couch no more.
That shit don't matter. That dog will still go for another 3 years.
Yeah, 100%, bro. 100%. As long as the dog can sniff, it's not going down.
He'll run into so many walls, but he won't care. He'll just be like, "Yeah, just."
He's like,
point me to my bed, and I'll be fine.
He's like, shit, that wall's there.
Old dogs are basically just Roombas at this point.
just buzzing around looking for food.
Buzzing around looking for food, just bump into walls. Change direction. No food there.
100%. Definitely.
Yo, put that in the Eric spreadsheet of funny jokes.
You can do it. You have the same abilities as
he's never going to present it.
Yeah. We'll hold out hope. But for those of you who don't know, Super Bowl happened this weekend. Whatever rock you're living under, give me an invite because that sounds tight. And shout out to Kansas City Chiefs becoming the Super Bowl champions for what is this, their 3rd time in team history. With a whopping final score of 38-35. What was the leaked score that was going around that the exact score everyone kept betting?
37-34 Eagles.
That's too spooky.
I mean, it just shows you the NFL was like, you almost got it right.
Yo, this is so rigged, bro. The NFL, I am slowly but surely thinking that WWE is getting all the heat, but every sport is fixed.
And okay, we've seen a lot of memes online that have been like, oh, this is Nick Sirianni looking at the script for the Super Bowl. No, the teams don't know what's going to happen. But when people say the league is rigged, they mean the league and therefore their employees, a.k.a. the officials, know exactly who they want to win the game. They don't know exact scores. They don't know exact outcomes. They're not like Patrick Mahomes will pass for 300 yards. No. But they can set it up so that certain teams have advantages in certain situations. And what have we said the entire time, Jermaine? Everybody in the NFL is good enough to win a football game.
100%.
When the NFL doesn't script games, when maybe not script games, when the NFL doesn't rig games, sometimes the best team doesn't win.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't tell me that you're going to throw up this stat. Or I saw a post the other day that was probably like 12 slides. And it was like, Patrick Mahomes won all these games. And it was like 9 minutes left in the fourth. Mahomes is down by 17. 8 minutes left in the fourth. Mahomes is down by 2 touchdowns. Other team has the ball. Like, you can't tell me that there's not some sort of rigging towards wanting to see their certain people in certain spots.
I mean, we've seen this with Tom Brady. Right. We just went through the era of Tom Brady, and we're already quietly. Nobody's told anybody that we're already in the era of Patrick Mahomes. I mean, what is this? 5 straight AFC championships, 3 Super Bowls in 6 years, 2 wins, 1 loss.
We talk about Tom Brady, but let's not downplay that. Didn't Brady and Manning meet like 11 times in the AFC Championship? You can't tell me in a game where an oblong ball bounces one way or the other that there is that much statistical significance that quarterbacks meet that many times. It's not possible without a little bit of encouragement. Because nobody wants to see, as much as everybody talks about it, nobody wants to see. Name me the Giants quarterback from the year 2000.
From the year 2000?
Right. Who was the Giants quarterback in the Super Bowl where the Giants played the Ravens?
Kerry Collins.
Was it really?
I don't actually know. Giants, Ravens, Super Bowl. Let me go look. Giants, Ravens, Super Bowl.
Nobody wants to see a Trent Dilfer against Kerry Collins Super Bowl.
34-7. My fucking God.
It was a whooping.
I always forget how bad they lost, but let's see. New York Giants. Let's see. Running back Ron Dane.
Oh, bro. Talk about a throwback name.
Kerry Collins.
It was Kerry Collins. All right. Nobody wants to see Kerry Collins against Trent Dilfer in the Super Bowl.
Oh wait,
you don't want to see it.
No, I mean, I don't know if I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't necessarily disagree with that. That's what I meant.
Because you're a fan. You're a fan of just like guys, like making it. You think a Brock Purdy, Joe Burrow Super Bowl would have got as many viewers as this one? No.
As many? No, I don't think so. But no, because I think it would have done well.
Now here's the problem about this podcast. When Eric comes back to life, this will be a podcast of 3 fans of football. Right? Mm-hmm. We are more than the casual fan. The casual fan tuned in for Patrick Mahomes because he's a recognizable face, and Rihanna at the halftime show.
Yeah.
And that's the NFL is not going after us. Just like the Colorado Rockies is not trying to get Nevada and I to buy season tickets. They're trying to get the Dodgers fan who's in town for the series over the weekend.
Yeah, that's a good point. If you're already a fan, they don't have to cater to you.
No, they don't. Because they know. Remember what people say about your job. If you have a passion for something, somebody will pay you less to do it. Right?
Right.
If you have a passion about what you're doing, you will accept less money to do it. Sometimes you even do it for free. Us as NFL fans, we'll watch the NFL. I'll watch. I don't care about players kneeling. I don't care about controversy. I don't care about the Black Lives Matter movement and how it's impacting football. I just want to watch football. There is a day that there is from 1 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. My Sunday is reserved for watching football.
Yeah, I used to be that way, and I've slowly but surely I watch the Saints now. and then if I'm in the mood, because I like football, if I'm in the mood, I'll watch more. But sometimes NFL has made it real difficult to be in the mood.
mine the last 3 weeks has gone opposite. Or sorry, the last 3 years has gone opposite. Because the Panthers are so awful.
Oh, you watch
I just watch football.
Yeah.
I told you this, and yeah, call me a bad fan if you want. But I didn't watch a single Panthers game all the way through this year.
Yeah, but you wept and cried whenever they won and lost.
I watched a little bit of their last. I watched the first half of their game against the Buccaneers,
where they should have fucking won.
And then Mike Evans had a long touchdown, that 56-yard touchdown, and I was like, yeah, no.
The first of many. Not only did you lose your fantasy championship on that.
So ridiculous. I can't tell you the amount of times the Carolina Panthers secondary has burned me in my life.
I probably could.
Probably. There's a guy by the name of Ted Ginn who's done it a couple times.
Marcus Colston, Lance Moore,
Dante Stallworth,
bro.
Julio Jones Julio Jones did it on a biannual basis.
My guy would just go out there and just rip the soul out of the NFC South. So I feel like people. Julio Jones is going to be one of those players who people do not put enough respect on his name.
Yeah, I mean he was the premier receiver in the NFL.
Dude, if he would have stopped playing when they traded him to Tennessee and Tampa Bay, he would average like 95.4 yards per game played.
It was the most in history,
fucking
right?
Insane. Yeah, he was in the lead. I think he still might have the lead, but I think the number dropped.
That man tripped and fell into 100-yard seasons.
Dude, couldn't score touchdowns because of Atlanta, but it's all right. So that's enough of NFL. We'll cover the Super Bowl more in depth on the second.
I'm gonna grab my charger real quick. Introduce the thing.
All right, on the second episode of this week, but we'll go ahead and get into the first of two topics today, which is pop culture pick'em. As is customary, we'll take turns picking, and today's topic, as I said before, is top 5 PlayStation 1 video games. I have it written the other way. Top 5 PlayStation 1 video games.
PlayStation.
All right. So let me go ahead and present arms.
Yeah, so I think I have first pick, right?
You do, sir. You do.
So I'm going with the PlayStation 1 game, Metal Gear Solid to start.
Yeah, well, I knew that wasn't going to be on my list. Oops.
I still, if you still hear that exclamation point sound, it still makes you kind of stop and look around.
Oh, that's too far. Hold on. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there it is.
All right,
that looks good. So Metal Gear Solid for me, first pick.
Metal Gear Solid. I believe that's 1998, correct?
Probably. I didn't put years by mine, but
don't tab over. Shift tab. All right, bet. All right,
Snake.
So you took Metal Gear Solid, right? That fucking I can't be switching tabs, bro. Welcome to my first time presenting. I'll get the years later, or if you can look them up as we go through them, that'd be tight. But anyways, so you took Metal Gear Solid. I'm gonna take Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver.
I never played that game.
Really?
No.
It's a lot of fun, man. The character is tight. His character design is tight. The premise of the game is tight, and then the graphics were great. I just like the
1999.
1999 for Soul Reaver.
And you get a second pick now, right?
Yes, sir. I do get in the second pick.
1990, open parentheses, close parentheses.
Yeah. And then second pick, I'll take Mega Man Legends.
Oof. Good. That's a good pick. God, Mega Man Legends.
Mega Man Legends is the greatest Mega Man game ever made.
This was 1997.
Mega Man Legends?
Yeah, 1997. Yeah, dude, that is a great game. And I think one of the first Nintendo titles to go to PlayStation, right?
Mega Man is Capcom, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, is Capcom exclusively with Nintendo? No, yeah.
I don't think so.
All right, but that was like his. I'm pretty sure that was his first appearance on play. Well, yeah, obviously that was the first PlayStation.
Those are two great picks. Legacy of Kain, Mega Man Legends. Wow, I didn't really play Legacy of Kain. I've heard a lot about it though. I'm gonna go Gran Turismo 2, the greatest racing game of all time.
What?
And I'm gonna go. I'll look up the year here in a second, and I'm gonna go Crash Bandicoot for my second pick.
Crash Bandicoot. The first one came out in like what, 95?
Yeah, something like that. Let's see, Crashy Bandicoot. First one was released in. There's a Crash Bandicoot 4. No, thank you. The first one was released in 1996.
96.
And then Gran Turismo. Oh, 2's my man's. Gran Turismo 2 was released in 1999.
1999. That was the year the world was going to end.
Yeah. Well, wasn't 2000 technically the year the world's going to end?
Yeah, I mean, it was supposed to. You were only going to have a minute of 2000.
Right, that's true. Yeah.
Because it was supposed to end right when it turned into 2000. I remember that. I remember how crazy that was. What a time.
Yeah, how like a legitimate threat we thought that was going to be.
Yeah. Seriously. I'm going to have to go read into that now as an adult.
You need to read into it because it's ridiculous. It's like something based around like
the timing of switches
the computer
and routers and stuff.
Yeah, the computer timing. They didn't think the computer times could go one number higher to 2000.
Yeah.
They thought that change of like 0002. Computers can be like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to discredit it, man. The when the timing is off in IT, nothing works.
Yeah, now.
No. I mean, from then till now, yeah. But if your computer is 5 minutes off from the domain controller, you're not going to be able to well, that might be a bad example, but they've gotten better about it. But that the clock sync issues, that's why you have NTP servers, which their whole purpose is just to be the centralized clock that everything points to.
Oh shit, talk to him, dude.
Yeah, and so that shit's fucking crazy. Anyways, that's too nerdy for this conversation right now. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take The Legend of Dragoon.
Okay.
The Legend of Dragoon. And so this is in the ilk of Final Fantasy. And if I'm mistaken, it's 1997.
Never played it. 1999.
So this is similar to Final Fantasy, right? So it has the same, time-based or turn-based role-playing game. But one of the dope things about it was they added this little feature called additions, right? And so as your character is attacking, you had to strike the button at the perfect time for them to go into the next step of their attack.
Okay.
And as you leveled up the character, their additions became more and more complex, but they would do more and more damage. And so you had to max out an addition to get to the next addition, and that's how you'd level up your guys. And then each character had their own suit of armor, essentially making them look like a dragon. So they were dragoon warriors for dragons. And each one of them had like crazy specials, like wind-based, earth-based, fire. They had holy, they had dark. And then you just traveled this 4-disc world trying to save the day.
Did you say 4-disc world?
4-disc world.
They couldn't put that all on one disc?
No, sir. Not in 1999, bro. The world was ending. They didn't have time to make bigger discs, that's bro. Right.
Just put all the megabytes on one disc. What the fuck do you mean gigabyte? Put it on a disc.
Yeah, I actually, I'm concerned you might take my my remaining games. Okay. So, because I didn't write down a very big list now that I think about it, now that I'm sharing my screen.
I don't think I'm going to.
So the very next game, I'm going to take Oddworld.
Ah, dude, yeah. Abe's Oddworld, dude. That's a good game. I think that was 1997.
What is it? It's Oddworld Abe's Odyssey, or is it
Oddworld Abe's Odyssey? Yeah, 1997.
1997.
Yeah, dude, what a weird game, dude.
It was the strangest game I've ever played, and it was awesome. Like I don't.
So you are you are an alien that's been captured. You're like an alien slave who works in a soda factory, right? Was that the premise of the game?
We'll have to look it up here in a second because I remember it being preposterous and soda factory doesn't sound right, but I'm gonna look it up here in a second. So Abe's.
Oh, so Abe is a creature known as a Madukan. Initially works as a slave for a meat processing plant, Rupture Farms, until his eventual escape. He does not fight directly and rarely uses any weapons, instead employing self and various psychic powers.
Yeah, it was the strangest. It was so strange. It was just absolutely just weird.
Yeah, it was just.
But it was so awesome because it was so weird.
Yeah, you could like ride stuff like
dude, honestly, it makes me want to play that game again. Yeah. Oh, I have my fucking choice for my last one. If you take this other one, I think you might take my last one. So that's why.
All right, so last two, I'm gonna go the PS1 Spider-Man game. It was the first like open world game I've played. Spider-Man for the PS1.
Bro, honestly, and those graphics
were fire.
They actually look pretty decent still today, like for considering how old it was developed into the legacy system. Like the screen grabs, you're still kind of like, all right, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, 2000.
2000, so that is, Jesus, that is a 23-year-old game now.
And then, with my final pick, I'm going to pick the first ever sports game I ever played.
Is this Bassmaster?
No, that's a good game though.
Oh, dude, because
you could get the controller.
Bro, they had the fishing game on PlayStation. I'm not sure if it's Bassmaster anymore.
You could get the controller, and you could throw the.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a controller. I never.
I didn't have it, but like my country ass friends did. NFL Game Day '99.
NFL Game Day '99.
NFL Game Day '99.
So did you? So I'm assuming it was released in '99, right?
Correct.
So you never played Tony Hawk before that?
I did play Tony Hawk before that.
Is that not considered the first sports game you played then?
I mean, I guess I played this one before I played Tony Hawk. Because when did Pro Skater 2
that's what I was asking. No, Pro Skater 1 came out in '99.
I'm going to shock you. I never played Pro Skater 1.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's not shocking. It was only a year later that Pro Skater 2 came out. Yeah. And number 2 is the one that got everyone.
Right. Yeah, that's the one that got me.
Yeah, so I was actually going to take, well, so now that's to me. The game I was concerned you were going to take was Medal of Honor Underground.
Oh yeah, it's on my list, but I was going to mention it in honorable mentions.
And so now I'm going to let it fall off to the honorable mentions as well, and I'm going to take Final Fantasy Tactics.
I never played Final Fantasy, so you can have it.
Final Fantasy Tactics it's awesome because imagine a video game board game, right? if that makes any sense. And then you have chess pieces on this board game that move specific ways and styles, and you're playing essentially chess, but it's a way more sophisticated version of it.
Okay.
And can you tell me what year that was?
Yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics. Some honorable mentions for me. Crash Racing.
Yeah, they just remade that on PlayStation.
I don't want to play it. 1997 Final Fantasy Tactics.
1997.
And then obviously Jermaine and I both said Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. Those are my honorable mentions. Crash Racing was the game I played before Mario Kart.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you had a PlayStation, you're going to play that, not Mario Kart. But that's, I mean, first of all, I got love for Crash Team Racing, but Mario Kart, it doesn't hold it. It's not.
Oh yeah, I think Mario Kart is a better game, having played both of them.
Well, yeah, it's
and then learning that you can play drinking games to Mario Kart. That's changed my opinion pretty thoroughly.
Oh, that's funny. Command B. There we go. All right, so, I mean, I'd be remiss if we didn't mention Spyro the Dragon.
Spyro the Dragon,
right? Twisted Metal 2 was on PlayStation.
Tomb Raider,
and I know that you're not a big time JRPG gamer, but you know, they had Lunar, Chrono Cross, Breath of Fire, Jade Cocoon. Jade Cocoon was Sony's Pokemon.
Okay.
And you would go and catch these monsters, and then you would get powers from those monsters, but you could also use those monsters in battle. And it was pretty crazy. It was a much more sophisticated Pokemon.
I've never heard of this game.
Jade Cocoon?
Yeah.
Bro, I played a lot of video games in my life now that I think about it.
Holy cow, yeah, that is just a Pokemon.
It really is. It's a much more sophisticated Pokemon, and I think that's kind of why I liked it, because you had to think more to do it, right? And don't get me wrong, I love Pokemon. I still play all the new Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
So I just love the fact that it wasn't just for kids. It was a much more sophisticated thing, and you had to be smarter. You had to have the tactics and stuff like that. So that's why I always loved RPGs, because of the tactics and stuff, and how you can pair up combos to have a much more powerhouse of a team. But let's wrap up Pop Culture Pick'em. On today's episode, Nick has he went first. He took Metal Gear Solid, Gran Turismo 2, Crash Bandicoot, Spider-Man, and NFL Game Day 99. And for my list, I took Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver, Mega Man Legends, The Legend of Dragoon, Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey, and Final Fantasy Tactics. Yo, I fucking love my list, bro.
I was thinking the same thing about my list. I was like, dude, to be transported back to the year 2000 when I could play all those games.
Dude, like
Crash 2 Nitro's Revenge was out, dude. 2000 is where I want to go.
Bro, you know what? You know how you asked that question about what stats are you going to ask? What you're going to ask God for? Yeah. Remember when you go? Yeah. I want total hours of video games played, but I also want to see the breakout for each video game.
I want to see it expressed as a percentage of my day. Like, of my total hours, how many hours have I spent playing video games?
Which game do you think is number one for you?
Man, I have dumped hours into Fallout. And I'm talking like hours and hours.
Which one? The first one?
Fallout 3.
Fallout 3?
I'm talking duty day hours.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Like, bring your PlayStation on duty, sit in the chapel, and just...
There's two games that, without a shadow of a doubt, will be 1 and 2 for me. Okay. And it's not even close. And I'll give you 3 guesses. You're not going to get any of them.
Well, then I don't even want to take any guesses.
Just take a guess.
Zelda of Ocarina of Time.
No.
Madden.
No.
Pokemon Red.
No. Pokemon as a whole is up there. No, but it's Sudoku and Solitaire.
Okay.
Because
I'm logging into my Steam right now to look at something.
I have it on my phone, right? And so I can literally, I have caught myself, a cutscene kicks on for a game, and I've caught myself picking up my phone to finish a game of Sudoku real quick instead of watching the cutscene. And I'm like, what am I doing? Get this away from me.
Yo, that's good. That's really, really good.
So I know for a fact those are 1 and 2. And it's so funny because, like, you know, people don't consider those when they're discussing it because it's always, they always think of video games, but no one ever considers mobile gaming. Like, the most hours of gameplay in the world is mobile gaming.
Right. Man, my Steam is not launching. I want to see how many hours I've dumped into, like, Football Manager 10 or something like that.
Oh, Football Manager. So, and that's one thing that you can kind of like. Do you lump all of FIFA together?
If I lumped all of Football Manager together, it would be months. It would it would be a year that I've played it probably.
So, like, is that how God is tracking it? It's just like, yo, dog, they just gave you updated rosters. It's the same game. You get 1 slot for FIFA. These are the number of hours you played.
I don't want to see how much I've played Madden in my life. That would just be depressing. I want to see number of controllers broken playing Madden.
Oh, my God, bro. I've seen you break controllers recently.
You've probably seen 3. You've probably been personal witness to 3 broken controllers.
Yes, bro. And each time I'm like, dude, what are you doing? We're not young no more.
Yeah, that's why I can break controllers now, because I can afford to replace them.
You know, I was never one for breaking controllers. That was more my older brother's gimmick. And man, we had to tape so many Nintendo 64 controllers.
I didn't. So, like, the thing was, I didn't do it until I was like, I didn't do it until I had a system that was mine. I didn't start until like PS3.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those gifts were like, controllers for Christmas from my parents.
Yeah.
So, like, if I broke them, I wasn't getting a new controller until, like, Christmas or my birthday.
Yeah, 100%. That's what's, like, that's why I always looked at people. I was just like, yo, like, you lost. You still want to play. You still want to play again. Like, just run it back and beat them this time, and then you forget about that L ever at all. I was just like, I don't,
just my advice, if I had a son, would just be, like, just set the controller down and just, like, go outside. Like, if you're angry, just set the controller down, turn off the console, and just go outside.
What was your excuse in Diego Garcia then?
I don't have one. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying now. As someone that broke a controller like 3 weeks ago, right?
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It was a bullshit game of FIFA.
Yo, that's wild, bro. You've officially hit maximum judgment territory.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta stop now, because now that I have I realized that when I did it, I'm not by myself anymore. So, like, when you do it by yourself, you can pick up or when you have a significant other, she's like, "Why was that?" You're like, "Shut up, shut up! I'm angry." She's like, "It's just a game." And you're like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it just makes you angrier. But now that I got the pup with me, like,
he's scared of controllers.
Oh yeah, dude, he pissed and shit himself when I did it, and I was like, all right, like he doesn't understand. Like, I'm not mad at him, so he was like, oh fuck.
Yeah, of course. And
so
usually you are mad at him.
He went and hid in the corner. I had to go over on my hands and knees and be like, come here. Like, I'm not fucking angry at you. I'm angry at the stupid 12-year-old that just beat me 2-1 in extra time. Yo, so I got asked this the other day, and I don't think that I could. I don't remember an exact instant. What is your worst beat that you can remember? Can you remember your worst beat?
While gaming?
No. Like while gambling. I should have preferenced that with while gambling. Can you remember your worst beat?
Yes. Yeah, I don't even understand how you're even questioning this. It's the Cincinnati Reds Memorial Day Massacre. Like,
I don't think I took that with everybody else. I just watched the chat burn down when they didn't hit it.
All right, if you didn't take it, first of all, A, you're a bitch. B, you're a bitch. But C, collectively as a unit, look, all you need to know is
tell listeners what happened on the Memorial Day Massacre.
All you need to know is there is a term for the Cincinnati Reds Memorial Day Massacre. That's how bad the beat is. It literally infuriates me even having to discuss it. But we had a capper, gave us a pick. They told us.
Oh, that's right. Dude, I forgot about that jabroni, dude.
Cincinnati Reds was the absolute play of the century. I believe they played twice on Memorial Day, so they had us betting the Reds both games.
I think it was like one of these, like if you guys have ever used a capper service, it was like one of these like 10 unit play of the month. Like it was like, yo, big money, can't lose. Cincinnati was playing some garbage team. And this is not the Cincinnati Reds of now. This was the Cincinnati Reds of like 4 years ago.
When Joey Votto was still a bad fucking dude.
Yeah.
There's no chance, bro. No other bet has a name in my life. There is nothing that will ever beat that bet.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Reds lost first game. Group chat doubled down second game. And Reds lost second game as 100%, well, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Yeah. That's two bad beats right there.
It's the Cincinnati Reds Memorial Day Massacre.
Yeah, okay.
The red in my ledger, may I fucking tell you.
I should have said that. I didn't say that.
Unfucking real. There is a name for it. That's how nothing will there. It's to the point where if you have someone plus 19 and they are covering it all game and they throw a pick six at the end of the game when they're trying to come back for whatever ungodly reason, and then you end up losing your plus 19 spread on a 23 point fucking bullshit game. It doesn't matter. It'll never be that bad. It'll never, ever, ever be like that. I have sworn off betting baseball because of that fucking bet.
I don't think I bet. I don't think I bet individual baseball games anymore either. Yeah, so I had to have wrote it because I don't think I've bet a baseball game since then.
No, you have not. That's why I'm fairly certain you wrote that bet because you were as upset as me.
Yeah, dude, that was a crusher. I think that's a very good point. I think the sport that I love and have devoted most of my life to, I don't bet single game baseball games anymore.
No,
I'll bet like home run props or like strikeout props, but I don't bet money lines or. Yeah, that's a really good point. That has scarred me inevitably as a bettor.
I'll play. I like to play who's going to win first five.
Yeah, first fives are good bets normally.
First fives is like what I've kind of like dipped my toe back into, but still, fuck baseball. Fuck the Cincinnati Reds. And they're in my fucking division. I hate the Cincinnati Reds. To any of you podcast listeners who are Cincinnati Reds fans, go eat a dick. I'm just kidding. Don't actually do that. It's not your fault I bet on the team. But yeah, division rivals Cincinnati Reds are up there now, bro. They're rivaling the St. Louis Cardinals with my level of hate after that bet. All right, so Nick spent a lot of time playing Football Manager. We both spent a lot of time playing FIFA. Let's go ahead and get into Champions League then.
I wish the Steam would load. But
you were still waiting for that?
It's the link isn't working or something. I don't know. I'll have to troubleshoot after this. I haven't played Steam in a while.
Damn. Okay, so let's go ahead and get these odds up on the board. So we have 4 games for you this week for Champions League play. PSG takes on Bayern Munich tomorrow at 3 Eastern, and AC Milan takes on Tottenham. I hate that they do this. It's at 3 p.m. Eastern as well, so you can't watch both games.
Nope.
Well, that's just silly. Anyways, let me share these odds, and then we can keep it pushing. So, go ahead and start talking about the PSG Bayern Munich.
Yeah. So when you see PSG and Bayern in the Champions League, you think pretty much consistency in terms of when they play each other. So overall, head to head, the first time they played each other was back in 1994, 1995. On match day 5, they were both in Group B together. Since then, they've played each other 9 times since those 2 matches in the group. But PSG has actually won 6, and Bayern has won 5. Altogether, they have both scored 15 goals apiece in this matchup. The last time they played each other, 2020, 2021, in these quarterfinals, with PSG winning 3-3 on away goals. Remember, the away goals is gone now. Bayern did beat them back in the final in 2019, 2020. Other than that, they've faced each other in the group stage only. So the last 2 times they faced each other, one has been in the quarterfinals, one has been in the final. For this game and for PSG, Bayern so far has dominated the Champions League this year. They have only allowed 2 goals. That was to Victoria Plazen on October 12th. Funny enough, Bayern has not allowed a goal before halftime in any of their matchups.
Bayern has not?
Bayern has not allowed a goal before halftime in any of their Champions League matchups this year.
Oh, do you have a prop bet for that then?
I do have a prop bet for it. Let's see. You got the odds pulled up?
Yeah, I'm currently sharing it. Tell me what tab you need me to go to.
Give me the odds. So click on PSG Bayern. Give me the odds for halftime Bayern line. So you should scroll down a little bit and be able to see the halftime line. The laundry's done. Man, I guess not, huh? Maybe that's just go up. That might just be popular bets. Go to game lines. Yeah. Cool.
All right. That's why I was like, how did I go from regular time to goal scorers?
Oh, I guess it's not there. Jeez. Wow, that's interesting.
Let's see. Goal scorer, player parlays, card props.
Game props, maybe? So basically what I'm saying is, now looking at the PSG side, PSG has scored an average of 2 goals before and allowed 4 goals. So they averaged 2 goals before halftime, and they've allowed 2 goals. But I think Bayern has an extremely good defense.
Halftime or full time is minus 120 Bayern.
That doesn't seem right. Let me look at something real quick. Let me use the hated website of Bovada to see what we're looking at here.
Yeah, I'm not. It's weird. I'm not seeing it because you can go. Let's see. Goals scored, last goal, first goal. Yeah, for some reason I'm not really seeing.
So if you can find it at your book, whatever you use right now, Bayern to win the first half.
Money line first half. It's all the way at the end under halves. I've never seen that before.
Weird.
Money line first half, Bayern Munich plus 200, draw plus 130, and PSG plus 205. Sorry, go ahead.
Fantastic bet. I think I would crush the Bayern plus 200 first half.
Okay. Well, never mind. Go ahead.
However, I think PSG does have, so Bayern in the Champions League so far, 2.21 expected goals, less than a goal allowed expected. PSG has allowed just over a goal, expected goal allowed, and they've scored 1.5 goals. I think Bayern wins this one 3-1. Can you give me what correct score 3-1 is?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm writing down the bet you just said.
Right.
Nick, I'll just put
so Bayern money line first half is my first bet.
Bayern plus 200 first half money line. Excuse me. Sorry. And then the very next bet you wanted me to look is correct score, correct?
Correct score. Let's take a look at 3-1 as the correct score. Bayern scores a lot of goals. They are great. PSG so far in the competition, since their 1-1 tie, well, their two 1-1 draws to Benfica on October 5th and October 11th. PSG has won 7-2 and 2-1 against Haifa and Juventus. PSG has only been over the total once, by the way, or twice in the Champions League.
Over the total of 1?
Over the total of 3.
Over the total of 3. All right, so correct score for Bayern 3-1 is plus 1,300.
I love that. Let's get a little juice on Bayern 3-1. However, with Bayern 3-1, if you want a bit of a safer bet than plus 300, go both teams to score. The both teams to score bet is probably going to be pretty high, minus 220 right now on DraftKings. You got any thoughts on this game, Jermaine?
I don't know, man. This game seems really odd. And do we know the injury update on?
Yeah, so Mbappe will come in as a substitute if needed in the second half. I do not know the injury status of Messi.
Yeah, because that's the one that's very, very interesting because I know that he's in danger of missing. And then, I just feel like if it's I just feel like Neymar is always in danger of missing, even though he's probably healthy right now. Let me see.
So Mbappe has returned to apparently both of them have returned to full fitness. They say he says the Messi will not miss the fixture against Bayern, but he has doubts about Mbappe's availability. I did see today that this is from today at noon. So Messi apparently to make it. We'll see if Mbappe is going to make it. Also, a kind of unsung one. Verratti also returned to training this week.
I don't know why, but I love the draw in this game.
Okay.
I think a draw in this game. I don't know what the draw will be at. Probably 2-2 if I'm being honest. Mm-hmm. Seems like the play for me, so I'll take. I'm gonna go ahead and say draw. Draw 2-2 plus 850. But I will say that the both teams to score no draw is the play that you should take, Nick. Plus 110.
Right.
So if you're having it 3-1, both teams to score plus 110. The fact that you can get that at plus money is crazy.
Yeah, I mean you're betting on both teams to score and not to be a draw, which is,
like you said, the 1-1 draw is the highest or is the lowest odds right now, plus 550 on the correct score. But I think Bayern keeps rolling. I'm going to disregard the history here, which we don't do very often.
Yeah, I noticed that. Man, the amount of things that you can just bet on for this is crazy.
Throw your money at. What's a Muller to score, by the way?
Muller to score. So plus 650 for first score, plus 650 for last score, and then plus 225 anytime.
Give me that plus 225 Muller anytime goal score. I like that. He's been kind of maligned here, not starting Bundesliga games.
It's because he's not good.
I don't think that's it.
Nah,
Bayern,
it's big accurate.
Bayern had 4 straight draws without Mueller in the starting lineup. Instantly came back and they scored 5 goals.
Can you do a 3-leg parlay on this? Oh. Imagine
all of them to score?
a Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe 3-leg parlay. I was just curious to see what that would pay. Each one of them currently at plus 150 is kind of.
Jeez. Can you take none of them to score?
Ooh, that's an interesting prop.
I don't know how you would find that, but I say no. No Neymar, Mbappe, or Messi to score.
So you have to score 2 or more. Let's see. To score or give assists. Both players to score. Oh, this is kind of what I was looking at, dude. So you got Messi and Mueller both to score plus 750.
Okay.
Messi and Sane plus 800. But let me keep pushing, see if. Oh, you can get an either player to score. Messi or Mueller is minus 135.
Well, it's going to be Mueller, so I would just take the plus 250.
To score outside the box, to score a header. Yeah, I don't see it. Let me see if I can't find player props or something like that.
They should have a thing that just says not to score a goal.
Yeah, I didn't see it. So Command F, not to score.
I think that would be a fun little bet to take.
One match, not.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing it, dude. I mean, I haven't clicked around and looked at everything yet, but game props.
Mueller to assist a goal is also plus 250, plus 250.
Ooh, player to score and team win. Mueller is plus 450.
Okay, that's a good bet. I like that.
Yeah, I'm not. I would assume you could have said no, he doesn't score.
Right.
That would probably be pretty big minus money, though, right? Since it's more likely than anything.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you can go to like player props and play like Messi under 1 goal.
Yeah, player parlays, game props. Nope, both teams to score, correct score, card props, game parlays, team props. Nah, I don't see them, dude.
Well,
because it should be under goal scorer props, but
yeah, I don't know. Well, all right, let's move on to our second matchup of tomorrow, Tuesday. We have Tottenham Hotspur taking on AC Milan. AC Milan finished second in Bayern's group. Tottenham won PSG's group. Kind of shocking, right? So Tottenham has kind of had a bumpy road. Tottenham won that group.
Which group?
The group that they were in with PSG in the Champions League.
Did they?
I think they did.
That's kind of crazy. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, hold on.
I'm trying to get back to soccer. Jesus.
No, they were not even in that group. Sorry, I'm messing up here. So Tottenham, since they've kind of had a bumpy road. They lost to Sporting 2-0. They tied with Eintracht Frankfurt. Then they drew with Sporting again. Tottenham has allowed a goal before halftime or right at halftime in the last 3 Champions League games. AC Milan has actually figured out what they were doing after a rough start. Oh, AC Milan wasn't even in the Bayern group. That's my fault. I'm thinking of Inter Milan that was in the Bayern group. Another AC Milan kind of had another bumpy Champions League, a draw to Salzburg, a 3-0 loss to Chelsea, followed by a 2-0 loss to Chelsea, but then a 4-0 win against Dinamo Zagreb and a 4-0 win against Salzburg. Based on their form, what is it, Jermaine, for AC Milan to be leading at half?
AC Milan to be leading at half?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Click into this bad boy. Game line. So that would be under game props. Both teams score, correct score. Halftime. So halftime is minus 120 AC Milan. Wait, hold on. Is that? Am I doing it again? Where did I find that? Oh, it's at half.
You gotta scroll all the way down to the bottom.
Jesus. All right, halves. Here we go. Money line first half. AC Milan is plus 210.
All right, that's the bet I want to take. AC Milan to lead a first half. Let's see if they have scroll down. I want to see if they have an AC Milan to win first half, Tottenham to win the game. I want to see what that line pays out.
All right, let me put this bet in. AC Milan.
Oh yeah, they have a halftime full time bet that you could take.
Both team score. First half team goals to win either half, to win both halves, to score in both halves. My goodness. What is it under game props now?
Yeah, I would look under game props.
Both teams to score, no draw. Yo, to win 4 goals or more is crazy. All right, let's see. So halftime or full time?
Yep.
So AC Milan is minus 120 and Tottenham is plus 105.
Is that just to lead at one point? That's an interesting thing.
I don't know what that is. I'm not seeing that.
Well, if you can find it on your site, it is double chance? No, that's not it. So if you can find it on your site, there's some sites that offer the pick a team to win the first half and then a team to and then a full-time score. So AC Milan to win the first half. I want Tottenham to win the game. I don't know what those odds are, but they probably are going to be pretty good. There it is, halftime, full-time.
Finally, Jesus Christ.
All right, so AC Milan to lead at half and Tottenham to win the game is plus 2,800.
Holy shit, that's a big time bet. You want that?
Yeah, I'll take it, but that kind of seems like, I mean, Tottenham turns it on in the second half, but AC,
I'll put a half.
I don't like that it's that high. Why has it got to be that high?
Full time.
That's not very cool.
Typically, teams who have the lead don't lose it. That's probably why it's that way.
Damn, dog. You got to do me like that? So for this bet to hit, obviously, AC Milan has to win at half, and Tottenham has to be the winner. You can't take a draw in here. What I will say about both of these games that happen tomorrow is that right now, once Jermaine's done, he goes back out to the main screen. So if you don't like dabbling in these little prop bets right now, we're looking at the main screen. PSG or Bayern is plus 155. PSG is plus 165. This is all on the money line. And the draw is plus 265. So what I would say is if you're a high level bettor like this, the Bayern looks very good, plus 155. Like Jermaine said, the draw at plus 265, that looks good in this first matchup. I'm saying if you're betting both of these, Jermaine, what is the over-under for this match?
The over-under for PSG?
Correct. The over-under for PSG Bayern, yeah.
All right, let's see.
Jeez, you gotta scroll a while on here.
Spread.
Oh, that's spread. Oh, go up. Go up. You got the over-under right there. There we go. So it looks like the leading odds plus 130 is over. That's dumb. Plus 130 is over 3.5. I would take that. That's a pretty good bet. I'm looking for 4 goals to be scored in this game, probably. Jermaine and I both said it, right? So if you want to agree with both of us, Jermaine said 2-2 is what he thinks. I say 3-1 Bayern. That's over 3.5. You have plus money there. If we go back out, we see the Tottenham game. I think that Tottenham is so AC Milan is the favorite plus 150. Tottenham is plus 195, and the draw on here is probably like 260, 225 is for the draw. The over-under on here, over 2.5 is plus 110. I think that's a very good bet.
So you want Milan, Tottenham, right?
Yeah. Let's give me Milan, Tottenham over 2.5.
Plus 110.
And in all of the games, and this is kind of now leading into the next couple of games, in all the games that happen over the next 2 days, this being Tuesday and Wednesday, I want both teams to score yes on every single one. I want to parlay those all together because you're not going to find a very good both teams to score on any of these games.
Both teams to score
yes.
times
4. So that's the game that I'll get into right now, which is the Wednesday games. So Wednesday starts with Dortmund and Chelsea. Dortmund is the favorite at plus 145. Chelsea is at plus 195, and the draw is at plus 235. Chelsea so far in the Champions League has been on an absolute tear since they started out terrible, losing to Dinamo Zagreb and drawing against Salzburg. They have only allowed 2 goals in that stretch, and they have scored 9. Right? Kind of crazy. However, they have not scored more than 3 goals in a match. Jermaine, Chelsea in the 4 games that I just described, can you tell me how many goals after halftime they've scored?
Chelsea?
9 goals. 9 goals in the last 4. They have scored 1 goal in the second half. They have scored 8. Oh, sorry. They've scored 3 goals. In the last 3, they have scored 5 goals in the first half and 1 goal in the second half. They have scored no goals after the 64th minute in their last 3 Champions League games.
Okay.
Dortmund, on the other side, has hit a rough patch in the Champions League, right? Ever since Dortmund bounced ahead by just barely losing to Man City and beating Sevilla 4-1. Their last 3 matches, they have been all draws. 1-1 against Sevilla, 0-0 at home, both of those at home against Manchester City. And then Copenhagen, yes, the Danish Copenhagen team, 1-1. I love this. I love both teams to score, but what is the Chelsea at half, Jermaine?
Game lines. Oh, at half.
Chelsea to lead at half. I think Chelsea wins this game and at plus, what was it, 195?
Chelsea is plus 250 at half.
Plus 250 at half. I love that for Chelsea. Right? Yeah. I think Chelsea wins this game. I think Chelsea wins this game 3-1, to be perfectly honest. To use, or 2-1. To use a quotation, the rumors of Chelsea's death are greatly exaggerated. Right? I don't think they're playing that poor right now. There's certainly no Liverpool right now.
Oh, yeah. Chelsea's not playing well, dude.
No?
No. They first 9 games back after break, I think they only had 1 point.
The Chelsea in the Premier League so far, in their last 5, loss, win, draw. Yeah, probably not pretty good.
Yeah, they have not been playing well. Their attack is poor right now. I don't know what it is. They, as much as everyone talks about all the talent they have on their team, I don't know if it's actually as good as everyone is hyping it up to be. But
well, so we talked about Football Manager earlier. What was the main tenet of Football Manager, Jermaine? Do you remember this? What you didn't want to do?
What was that? Piss people off?
You didn't want to sign a bunch of players at the transfer deadline because then you still have a whole half season in which this team has not built chemistry together.
Yeah.
So that's probably it. I still think Chelsea wins this game. I think they win it 2-1. I don't think Dortmund's a good team. Maybe the stats aren't backing me up because they're not. Dortmund has won their last 5 in the Bundesliga. And in their last 3 games, they've only allowed 1 goal and scored 9. 2 of those goals, though, coming in the first half. So here's what we're going to do. Because I don't trust my full half, give me my Chelsea first half plus 250 pick.
Yep, got that one down.
Right? Yeah. I think that's the bet that I have on this game.
Okay. So Chelsea plus 250 first half.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I think that's pretty good. Dortmund is the home team on this. Dortmund. And
Dortmund.
And I don't know, man. Champions League, the home teams always play better, so
it's a different animal, though.
Yeah. I don't know. Chelsea, I don't think Chelsea's very good right now. I think Dortmund has been playing pretty good since since Bundesliga's picked back up. They've been playing real well.
Here's the thing about any of these matches. If you go out to the main screen, Jermaine, the thing about all these matches is that if you think PSG can beat Bayern, it's plus 165. It's not that outlandish. If you think AC Milan can beat Tottenham, they're the favorites. If you think Dortmund can beat Chelsea, whatever. If you think there's a draw in this, this is one of the most scrump-diddly-umptious Champions League's slates that I've seen in a while. If there's no clear favorites, we'll jump to that final game, which is Club Brugge at home taking on Benfica. I think Benfica is going to smash Club Brugge in this. And they're minus 120 as favorites. I instantly hammered all of the lines of people I think would win, and it's not really that outlandish.
Yeah, I mean, Bayern is the only road favorite. So
right.
Everyone else is actually, hold on. Let me take that back. Benfica is also a road favorite.
So Bruges are the darlings, right? Bruges are the darlings, but people aren't looking at what Bruges has done in their last 3 Champions League matches. Bruges obviously beat Bayern Leverkusen 1-0, beat Porto 4-0 on the road, right? Going into Porto, and beat Atletico Madrid at home 2-0, right? If you're keeping track at home, that's 7 goals scored and 0 goals allowed. They then started the second half of games by scoring 0 goals and allowing 4 goals, right? 2 draws, 1 to Atletico and 1 to Bayern Leverkusen, and then 4 goals allowed to Porto, but they still qualified because of those great couple of games. Since the restart of the Belgian league, Club Brugge has only won 1 game, and that was 2-1. They have had 6 draws and 1 loss since the restart.
They're not playing good at all.
Benfica, on the other hand, drew against a team we talked about earlier that has a chance of either drawing or beating. If you go by Vegas, PSG has a chance to draw or beat Bayern, correct?
Yeah, if you go by Vegas.
If you go by percentiles, if you go by probability of win, they are only 10 points higher than Bayern. Benfica drew them twice, and those are their only 2 non-losses in the Champions League so far. Right? Benfica scored 4 goals against Juventus. They scored 6 goals against Maccabi Haifa. And in the Portugal 1 league, since the restart, they have only lost once and drew once. In their last 4 games, they have scored over 2 goals and allowed 0. That's 11 goals in their last 4 with 0 goals allowed. I think Benfica blows the brakes off Bruges in this game.
Yeah, I have Benfica minus 120.
Yeah, you got to smash it, right?
Yeah, so I have them minus 120. Like I said, I have the draw in the PSG Bayern game. I just don't like AC Milan. So I think I'm just gonna go Tottenham.
Yeah, but they're playing against the least likable Premier League team.
I like Tottenham.
Well, I mean, in terms of betting, I'm not putting any. I'm not a Premier League guy, so. But Tottenham is so hard to bet on.
They really are, dude.
They can turn a 2-goal advantage into a draw faster than you can say. Is that a 2-goal advantage?
And then I heard Chelsea and Dortmund were both playing like shit, so I'm taking a draw on that one as well.
All right.
So
let's go. So Jermaine, cover our overarching picks. I think you just did it. So I have in the PSG Bayern, I have Bayern plus 155. I have Tottenham as the road dogs plus 195. I have Chelsea as the road dogs at plus 95. And I have Bruges as a road favorite. Or sorry, not Bruges. I have Benfica traveling into Bruges. Benfica minus 120. I'm picking all road teams to win.
Yeah, so you have the money lines, like you just said, for Bayern, Tottenham,
Chelsea and Benfica.
Chelsea and Benfica. Chelsea's is what? Plus 195? Plus 195. And Benfica.
If all those teams win, it should pay you in the region of like plus 4,000, plus 3,800, plus 4,000. If all those matchups come true.
So you're trying to parlay them is what you're saying.
No, I'm just saying if the people want to parlay them, that's what a parlay would pay out.
Wild.
And then go over kind of the novelty bets that we selected, Jermaine, or that we gave out.
So you have you're taking an all road first week of Champions League back. Mm-hmm. Then you have Bayern first half money line plus 200. Bayern correct score 3-1 plus 1,300. Mueller anytime goal score plus 225. AC Milan first half plus 210. AC Milan halftime. Tottenham full time plus 2,800. AC Milan Tottenham over 2.5 plus 110.
God, I hope that AC Milan first and Tottenham second happens.
You have both teams to score times 4. I haven't been able to pull the odds yet because I was trying to get all the other bets. Then you had Chelsea first half plus 250.
Mm-hmm. So both teams to score should pay you in the region of like plus 700 we're looking at. So all teams to score plus 700. That's probably what we're looking at. You're not going to get a lot of, like this Bayern PSG, both teams to score minus 220. Vegas thinks they're both going to score. Or I guess DraftKings thinks they're both going to score. A little bit less than the final score props. If you guys are interested, final score props very rarely hit, but they pay out huge money. I'm not going to make Jermaine look it up, but here is my soccer model predictions for what the final score is. Tottenham beats Milan 2-1. Bayern beats PSG 3-1. Chelsea beats Dortmund 2-1 on Wednesday. And Benfica beats Bruges 3-1. And obviously there are 4 more Champions League games that we'll get into next week.
Yeah, I'm trying to get these. So right now, both teams to score Bayern PSG minus 220. Both teams to score AC Milan Tottenham minus 130. Both teams to score for BVB and Chelsea is minus 150. And the both teams to score for Club Bruges and Benfica is minus 145.
So besides the Tottenham game or besides the PSG Bayern game, you might want to take both teams to score individually on each of those games.
Yeah, they're all they're minus money, but what you might be able to do, I'm not sure if these sites allow them, but if you can go both teams to score and the outright winner in a parlay, that might, assuage some of
especially with a lot of plus money on the money lines, you'll be able to do pretty good.
Yeah, and so I think that'd be a good way to approach it. Now I'm curious if they even offer that. So let's see. Both teams to score 4. Club Bruges, yes. Game lines. Benfica. View picks. Nope, no parlays. I never understand like how they make the determinations on what can be parlayed and what cannot be.
Yeah.
No, that's too likely. We don't allow that parlay.
Yeah, right. Yeah. We think that's going to hit. No.
So I bet you that's exactly how it goes. And that wraps up what our 4 games this week. We have another 4 games the very next week. We can let a little lines show for the next week's. Liverpool takes on Real Madrid. Eintracht Frankfurt is taking on Napoli. RB Leipzig's taking on Man City, and Inter Milan is taking on Porto. And as you can see right here, a lot of plus money all over the board. Inter Milan and Man City are the only 2 minus favorites.
Mm-hmm. I would. So early looks. Hammer the over in Liverpool Real.
Yeah, whenever they play, it's a banger of a matchup.
Yeah, hammer the over. Hammer something like a 2-2 to a 3-3 draw. So that also means you hammer the draw. Eintracht Frankfurt and Napoli. Napoli's the play. I would also hammer the over in that though, because they're both terrible defenses. But Napoli scores a lot of goals. They are actually the most prolific goal scorer in this round of 16 and when you go by expected goals. Inter and Porto, don't sleep on Porto. Maybe this is a bet to be had when Porto is at home, but don't think Inter Milan is a team that's going to go in and don't think Inter Milan should be a minus 130 favorite against Porto. I think Inter Milan should be plus money. And the fact that I can get Porto at plus 330 and probably get a draw no bet in there somewhere around the plus 100, maybe plus 150, 175. That's very, very good and very, 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 very nice. Man City at only minus 130. Man, I know they're struggling, but come on.
Yeah. I mean, they're minus 130, but RB Leipzig's plus 330. You know what I mean? Right. So they're not saying, "Hey, you guys suck."
Yeah. So we'll get into that a little bit this week. That's kind of my early thoughts. If you guys are into the early betting of that stuff, then these games will flip back over. I think we'll have a week, right, Jermaine? You have a week of time, and then that first week in March is when they start.
I'm actually not sure. I could check right now though. Give me 1 second. Pull up the application.
And then as of note, I think I said it earlier, but this year they're doing away with away goals. So if at the end of the second match day, in the quarterfinals, the semifinals, what's before that? What's the quarters? The quarters and the semis. Then what?
It's round of 16 right now.
That's what it is. Okay. Round of 16, quarters, semis. In all of those, if they are tied after 2 legs, we go to penalty kicks. Or we go to extra time, and then you go to penalty kicks if needed.
The final game for the first legs of the round of 16 ends on Wednesday, February 22nd, and does not come back until 2 weeks later, picking up on Tuesday, March 7th.
Okay. Well, there you have it. And the podcast motto is fade us, but I think Jermaine and I faded each other pretty good. So,
yeah, one of us will be wrong,
right?
Or both, because that's how God intends it.
Right.
I think that's it, man.
That's all I got.
So let's see. What time is? Oh wow!
I told you
20 minutes, bro. It's because you like to talk a lot, bro. Anything else for the listeners?
No, I'm good.
Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at PodcastRoom303. I've been your host, Jermaine Clone Mendez. This has been my co-host, Nicholas Morahan. And as always, we have with us. We'll see you next time when you come on down and step into the room.